Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. It's Connor. I'm filling in for Sarah. She's been doing so much for our church, for our staff, and so I just wanted to give her a break, a well-deserved break, by the way, and hopefully I live up to her incredible Devo abilities. So let's jump into John 6 and take an interesting perspective on the feeding of the 5,000. So the perspective that we're going to take today, and we'll have some different ones tomorrow and for Friday. The one today is for the perspective from the crowd. So again, the story goes like this. Jesus teaches. He then decides, it's the end of the day, he decides to feed the people. They only have a little bit of bread, a little bit of fish. The disciples look in their bag and they're like, man, we only got so much food, little to no money. Jesus, we can't seriously feed all these people. And that's when Jesus performs the miracle, multiplies food and ends up feeding thousands of men, women, and children. And those men, women, and children are the perspective that we want to look at the end of the story. So verses 14 and 15 say this. John chapter 6, by the way. When the people saw the sign that he had done, they said, "This is indeed the prophet who is come into the world." Perceiving then that they were about to come and take him by force to make him king, it's an important line there, Jesus withdrew again to the mountain by himself. The question that we go to now in reading the story is this: what do we expect to get from Jesus? What's that expectation? The expectation that the people had, that the crowd had in this story, is that they wanted Jesus to be their earthly king, a king to replace Rome, to overthrow Rome, to free them from their bondage to Rome. And I think for us, we get to ask the same question, but in a different context. What do we expect of Jesus in our lives? Right? Do we expect Jesus to perform miracles in every little thing that we need? Do we expect him to heal certain things, to give us certain things? I think it's great and right to believe that Jesus can do all those things because he can. But do we expect him to do it because that's our will or his will? Well, Jesus' will in this story is not to become the earthly king over Israel and overthrow Rome in this time. And that's what it says here. They want to force him to be king. And if you have thousands of people, you could easily grab the guy and make him do something, right? Force him to try to do something at least. So that's why he withdraws. But again, are there times that we want to force Jesus to perform a miracle in our lives that it's not his will to perform? And sometimes that's a hard thing to wrestle with as we discern what God really wants for us and what he wants to do in our lives and how that all goes with his plan, with his will. So the question still remains, what's our expectation? Should our expectation be less of what God could do for us, or should the expectation be what we could do for God? Because he's going to continue to provide and continue to heal and perform miracles and go before us through the Holy Spirit. It's just a simple way of thinking about a question that you may think about often when you encounter problems in life. And so hopefully this is encouraging for you as you look at the story of the feeding of the 5,000. And we'll see you tomorrow and Friday for the rest of the week of Devos. See you guys.